I'm gonna try it this way since we're having technical difficulties on Facebook and YouTube both. Gonna get right into it. AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite. Cody's 10 lashes. The John Moxley and Chris Jericho. Just got done watching the Benoit movie. But yeah, pretty crazy when you think about it. He took the 10 lashes. They weren't no fake lashes. You can tell by the scarring on his body now. Bleeding. I mean, it was well put together, if you ask me. He decided he was going to go and accept MJF's proposal for the match. He has to do the 10 lashes. He has to fight Wardlow in the cage. He's not allowed to touch MJF until Revolution. I mean, hey, it shows a lot of character for Cody. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like the fact of after the 10 lashes and how emotional everything was. Yeah, MJF had some really great heel heat. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's playing it off very well. But pop shot and Cody in the balls and running through the crowd, I mean, that's been played out a lot. And those kind of things, that happens all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was well booked. And watching the emotion come out of Cody's face every time, just bam, that strap would hit him. As a wrestling fan, you got to think, damn, the work that Cody's putting in for this new company and continuing to help it grow shows how much character he has. And it's always great to see him go from a company that really didn't want much from him, didn't think of much of him, to now where he is now, running a company and doing great at it, beating NXT in the ratings for since October, I believe they had their first Dynamite. I mean, it was great to see. I mean, it shows they're slowly building, and only greater things are going to come from this company the more as it goes on. Now, with the 10 lashes, they had to branch it off into sections. If they would have just whipped Cody 10 times quickly and got it over with, it wouldn't have looked as good. I mean, if you ask me, it wouldn't have. So instead, they decided to space it out and throw some dramatic scenes in there. You got Arn Anderson coming out, trying to coach Cody through it. Eventually, Dustin come running down saying he'll take the rest of the lashes for his brother. That was good. Like, that was great booking. That was great storytelling. And then when Brandy come out, not you know this nightmare cliche thing she had going on, but just as herself and as Cody's wife, she comes down and gives Cody pretty much support and the strength to, hey, keep going. He takes the 10th one. It's over. It's done with. MJF is pissed that he now has to face Cody. Yeah, Cody still has to get through the cage match with Wardlow, but he's gonna have the Young Bucks watching him. Big fan of the Young Bucks. Great pair of guys. I actually met Matt in person once, or I believe twice actually. Great people. You got Dustin down there. He's got now. Cody has to get in the cage with Wardlow, and what shape is he going to be in for Revolution? I'm sure that's what everyone's angle is here. Everyone's wondering what's going to happen in the cage. Yeah, MJF is going to have Wardlow beat down Cody, but Cody also has a lot of people behind him. Like I said, Arn, his brother Dustin, his wife, the Young Bucks, Omega. I mean, even DDP came back to stick out for him quite a few times, and that was amazing to see him. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome to see. Don't get me wrong. That cage match should be good. I'm counting down for Evolution. Moving on from the Cody segment, counting down Revolution to see Moxley finally get his hands on Jericho. I mean, the whole spike to the eye thing was great. I mean, Jericho is the type of guy that constantly reinvents himself no matter what company he's in. Doesn't matter, he's in his 50s. I'm not sure on his age, I just know he's in his 50s. But for a man at his age to be in the shape he's in, yeah, I know there's a lot of fans going off saying, hey, he's getting a belly, he's getting a belly. You get in your 50s and try to do half the stuff that man does. Congratulations. I mean, all my hat's off to him. Not wearing one, but just metaphorically speaking, great guy. And at his age, doing what he does, if there's ever a time he needs to do something different, he just, like I said, reinvents himself. He's got the inner circle watching his back, strong heel group. I'm liking it. Still counting down for Jack Yeager's in-ring debut. I mean, he's gotten in the ring, throwing some running low blows, which looks nasty, but waiting for him to actually have his first match. But yeah, Jericho, the scene, he unscrews the spike off his jacket and stabs Mox in the eye. Now they're running with that. Moxley's a wounded man. Kind of cool. I mean, if you look at it, you back a wounded animal into a corner, what are they going to do? Perfect fitting for Moxley's persona, character, everything. He's going to come out swinging. And we've seen that when he took the four GT keys, put them in his hand, and just right to Santana's eye for an eye, and dropped him. So, yeah, really looking forward to that match. Let's see, what else am I missing? I didn't write this stuff down. Like I said, I've been having a lot of technical problems with the computer, so I figured just right off the top of the head. Oh, we got Pac, the bastard Pac, making threats to hurt Riho. Instead, turns around and Nia Rose tries slamming her through the table, and Rhea's so light, she just bounces right off and just kind of lays there like dead blow-up doll, if you will. And yeah, now you're getting to see Pac and Omega 3. Those two always put on a show and a match together. Great chemistry, great in-ring work with one another. I know they say that Kenny, likes to purposely botch the match, some of the moves with Pac. I don't really see that. I mean, Pac's all over. Technically, he's high-flying, he can do a lot of stuff just like Kenny. Not everyone's going to have, everything's going to be perfect in a match. But just from a fan standpoint and a guy that spent 12 years in the ring myself, accidents happen. And even when that happens, they continuously pick it back up and continue the match like, it was nothing. They make something that other fans out there and other marks out there be like, oh, he did this, he did that, and he missed, he put his legs up in the wrong place. If you've never done it yourself, shut up. I mean, honestly, just stop. But yeah, that coming from Pac and Kenny Omega, looking forward to that. The whole Dark Order thing with SCU and Christopher Daniels, I honestly think they're waiting for Brodie Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper in WWE. He's going to end up being the leader of the Dark Order. They're waiting for his no complete contract to go out with WWE. I mean, he is signed to AEW. He has to wait. That's going to be great. I never think WWE really used him to where they could. And Brodie Lee can, even on the indie scene, he's got so much more to give. And putting him in a role that he can actually build in and be himself and be comfortable in, that's going to work out pretty good for everybody. That should be okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know the rumor was Matt Hardy was going to do it, but that remains to be seen. I think he's still signed with WWE right now. I think they're not really on like a paper contract. It's more like a verbal agreement. Vince's old hot dog and handshake. But yeah, Brodie Lee would be good fitting. I know Marty Scurll, they wanted him, but he re-signed with Ring of Honor as the booker. Big props to Ring of Honor for that. Marty's been putting a lot of good stuff together. The product is looking better now. Really happy with that. Always happy to see some of the Ring of Honor guys. Ring of Honor ain't what it used to be. It's not as big now, but the guys that are still there and loyal have really been putting in work to get that back to where they want it to be. And it's really proud to see, and it's really a good thing. I mean, ever since WWE and AEW started going head-to-head, and you got NXT losing in the ratings battle already, as a fan, anyone that watches wrestling, the only thing they're ever going to see is the fact of competition is going to create better, just nonstop better action and better storylines and better segments and everything for anyone watching. So competition's always great. Yeah, that's my take on the weekly show. So I hope you guys liked it, and tune in, like, and subscribe. Off the Mat Wrestling.